Are you a student facing academic pressure? Are the academics not academicing? Well, fear not, because you're not the first and you won't be the last. I'm Aliyah Bulbulia, a chartered accountant trainee, completing my second year of articles at the Standard Bank CA graduate program. And I shouldn't have been so surprised when I was academically challenged by my academically challenging degree. But with that being said, there are a lot of strategies I learned to cope with exam stress and pressure and failure. So without further ado, here are 2 techniques that are evidence-based that I incorporated could also help you on your journey. The first technique I used when it came to dealing with academic pressure is adopting an anti-fragile mindset. Now, what is anti-fragility? Originally coined by Nassim Taleb, it's a well-researched phenomenon related to grit and resilience. The idea is that some systems bounce back to where they were before after being placed under a certain amount of pressure. But other systems bounce back to even better than they were before after being placed under the same amount of pressure. Now, this concept is a particularly helpful thing to implement when it comes to dealing with failures related to tests or exams, or dealing with particularly hard to grasp concepts. Your muscles are the perfect example of an anti-fragile system, and your mindset and attitude towards failures and pressures can be too. The second technique directly ties into anti-fragility, and that's adopting a growth mindset. Now, I'm sure you've heard of a growth mindset before, but the reason it's so popular is because it actually works. The research by Carol Dweck proves that your perspective about a situation, like failing a test or even failing a year, directly impacts how motivated you are to pick yourself up and try again. Remember, there is no failure as long as you're learning. I hope that these 2 techniques have provided some perspective on how you can cope with academic pressure. And remember, it's better to try and fail than fail to try.